If you run a business where, your crew's out there driving trucks, fixing leaks, putting in HVAC units, you definitely know the ultimate truth about overhead. Time really is money.
Oh, absolutely.
But how much of that money is just gone, wasted, chasing a quote that just evaporates? We're talking the actual cost here: fuel, payroll for the tech, the truck wear and tear,
Right.
driving maybe 40 minutes out somewhere in the Texas Panhandle just to give a bid to someone who, well, it turns out they were just price shopping all along.
Yeah, and that frustration, it's completely understandable. The market, especially for trades, is just saturated with marketing that talks a big game about visibility, but
Hmm.
often just delivers, well, chaos.
Hmm.
That feeling of a low return on your marketing spend, that constant inefficiency. That's exactly why today we're kind of dropping the old playbook.
So today we are doing a deep dive into a strategy that's really custom built for tradesmen. The roofers, the plumbers, HVAC specialists, maybe in places like Amarillo or Pampa,
That's
Texas.
the focus area.
And our mission is to really get why general website traffic is often just a shiny, useless distraction,
Hmm.
and how shifting your focus, really focusing to one single metric, can build a predictable, profit-focused lead machine.
And that magic number is cost per qualified lead.
CPL.
CPL. Okay. And tying this all together, there's this core idea behind the strategy, the WISIWG promise. What you see is what you get.
WYSIWYG.
It's about demanding transparency, demanding efficiency in how marketing results are reported. It should mirror the professionalism these guys bring out to the job site every day.
No fluff, no vanity metrics.
Exactly. Just results you can actually measure, results that hit the bottom line.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Let's start right at the core problem. What's that number one thing, that pain point that keeps these tradesmen up at night?
Hands down, it's the sheer volume of unqualified leads and the terrible ROI that comes with them.
Right.
Marketing agencies, they might deliver a flood of inquiries, which sounds good initially. But if, say, 80% of those leads are for really small, low-value jobs, or maybe they're way outside the service area,
Or just kicking tires on price.
or just kicking tires, yeah, the profit margin is just eaten up before the truck even gets rolling. You simply can't scale a business when you're constantly spinning your wheels on leads that go nowhere.
And this is exactly where those vanity metrics come into play, isn't it? When an agency sends a report showing huge numbers, hey, you got 5,000 social media engagements, or wow, 10,000 website visits. I mean, it sounds impressive. Why is that actually dangerous?
Because those numbers measure eyeballs, maybe,
Yeah.
but not intent, not real buying intent.
Okay.
Let's use that example you mentioned. Say you get 1,000 visitors to your plumbing website there in Amarillo. Looks great on paper, right?
Yeah, sounds like a win.
But what if 950 of those clicks were from people searching how to fix a leaky faucet DIY on YouTube? Or maybe they're actually located way out in Lubbock.
Totally irrelevant.
Totally irrelevant. That traffic is worthless to the tradesman trying to book, a big roof replacement or a serious water heater installation. They end up paying for numbers that make the agency look good instead of paying for actual scheduled high-value jobs.
That difference is it's critical. Tradesmen need clarity. They need reporting that focuses only on the things that actually translate to booked work, money in the bank. But hang on a second.
Yeah.
If we only focus on optimizing for the biggest, most expensive jobs, aren't we maybe missing out on those smaller, like, maintenance jobs, the ones that build customer loyalty and maybe recurring revenue down the line?
That's a really good point, an important nuance. We're not saying ignore all the small jobs forever. But what we are saying is don't spend your most expensive advertising dollars chasing them initially.
Oh, okay.
If your cost per qualified lead, your CPL, is reasonably high, you have to focus first on the leads that generate the highest profit margin. You need that to offset the acquisition cost.
Makes sense.
Once you've got profitability, once things are stable because you focused on those bigger ticket items, then you can strategically bring back outreach for maybe lower cost maintenance.
Yeah.
But you sort of have to earn the right to chase those smaller jobs by getting the foundation solid first.
Okay, that makes the shift really clear. So visibility metrics are out. Let's talk about the metric that truly drives the business, this magnificent CPL you mentioned.
Right. Cost per qualified lead, CPL. It's powerful because it calculates the precise dollar amount you spend to get a vetted prospect.
Vetted, what does vetted mean here?
A vetted prospect is someone who's passed a specific qualification filter. They fit your ideal customer profile. They're definitely located within your service area. And crucially, they're showing strong signs, high intent, for needing a high-value job.
Now, lots of people track CPL already, just cost per lead. Why does adding that one word, qualified, change the whole game?
Oh, it completely flips the financial picture. Standard cost per lead lumps in everybody, all the irrelevant contacts, the neighbors asking for a referral, maybe students looking for cheap fixes in a rental, the chronic budget shopper.
The noise.
All the noise, exactly. That general CPL data. It wildly inflates your perceived cost and distorts your actual return on investment. Cost per qualified lead, that focuses only on the leads who've shown they're ready and able to spend money on a service that actually makes you a decent profit. It isolates the good leads.
So paint a picture for us. What do those money calls, as you put it, look like for these tradesmen in the Texas Panhandle? What are we actually aiming the marketing spend at?
We're targeting customers who are basically signaling, I'm ready to hire for a major, often urgent problem.
Okay.
So that means optimizing very specifically for keywords and demographics that point towards needing, say, a new water heater installation in Pampa, or maybe a complex job like slab leak detection right there in Amarillo, or a full AC repair and replacement.
Got it. High value, high urgency.
Exactly. By looking through that CPL lens, we make sure every single advertising dollar is spent trying to attract prospects who bring in the margins needed for sustainable, predictable growth. Not just any call, but the right call.
That whole mechanism, though, connecting the ad spend directly to predictable profit, that's got to require some serious digital infrastructure, right?
Yeah.
You can't track qualified CPL accurately if your online presence is leaky.
You absolutely nailed it. That's why the strategy uses a phased approach.
Wow, the phases. Foundational stabilization first, then regional expansion. Why is that first step, phase I, so critical?
Because the data you collect has to be rock solid.
Right.
Your website isn't set up right. If it's leaky, like you said, your CPL numbers are basically meaningless, garbage in, garbage out.
Right.
So phase I, foundational stabilization, is all about building that robust, conversion-optimized online presence. We call it the tradesman lead machine approach. It's about making sure the system works flawlessly first.
Okay. Element one of phase I, then, is the website itself. What makes a website a lead generation machine versus just, a basic online brochure?
A lead machine is all about minimizing friction for the user and maximizing lead capture for the business. It needs the basics done right, of course, clear, clickable phone numbers, easy to find on every page, prominent calls to action.
Standard stuff.
Standard but essential. But critically, it needs advanced lead generation forms. Forms with built-in qualification questions. And basic CRM integration is key too.
Why the advanced forms?
Because we need to know who they are, where they are, maybe get a sense of their budget or the urgency before a human has to spend time talking to them. If that website foundation is weak, the company is still stuck fielding tons of unqualified calls, wasting time.
Gotcha. So the form itself becomes the first filter. Okay, that makes total sense. Now, what about the second critical piece for local guys? Local map pack dominance.
Oh, for tradesmen, this is often where the gold is hidden. The highest intent leads live here. Well, think about it. Someone's pipe bursts at 3 a.m., they grab their phone, they search emergency plumber Pampa TX. They are not scrolling down the page, definitely not to page 2.
Wait, they're clicking the first thing they see.
Exactly. They're clicking one of those top 3 results right there in the local map pack. So improving your visibility there ensures you capture those really urgent, high-value, high-intent calls. It's prime digital real estate.
So practically, what does dominating the map pack look like? What do you actually do?
It means being relentless about optimizing your Google business profile. Absolute consistency is key. Name, address, phone number, make sure it's identical everywhere online. Managing reviews, responding quickly.
Reviews are huge.
Huge. And geotagging your service areas correctly. The map pack ranking is like a direct signal of trust and immediate availability. For capturing local market share, especially for urgent leads, it's just non-negotiable.
Okay, website, map pack. And the third element of the foundation, dedicated high-value content. This ties back to filtering again, right?
It's exactly right. Content is your second major filter. You need website content, blog posts, service pages that specifically target high-profit keywords and problems.
Give me an example.
Okay, so if you write a really detailed article titled, say, The Comprehensive Guide to Slab Leak Detection Cost and Process in Amarillo, who's going to read that?
Someone who thinks they might have a slab leak in Amarillo.
Precisely. You're not going to attract someone looking for quick DIY advice on fixing a running toilet. You attract customers with a specific, often expensive problem. They're essentially pre-qualifying themselves just by searching for and engaging with that high-margin service content. It cuts out the noise before they even think about calling.
Right. You're speaking directly to the person with the problem you actually want to solve. Okay, the foundation makes sense. Now, we've built this machine, but these business owners, they can't afford huge fees for just manual marketing grunt work. So, segment 4, efficiency, AI, and transparency. How do tools like Gemini and Notebook LM fit in?
They fit in as powerful efficiency multipliers. This isn't about replacing strategy. It's about making the execution of that winning CPL strategy faster, smarter, and ultimately cheaper.
Okay. Huh?
Well, take a tool like Gemini. We use it to help draft really professional, optimized ad copy or blog content, often based on what we already know works from past campaigns. It can seriously cut content creation time, maybe by half or more.
So it learns from what works.
Yeah. For instance, Gemini could analyze the 5 best-performing ads you ran last quarter for water heater installs in Amarillo.
Right.
And boom, it generates 5 new variations, maybe testing different angles based on what converted best, faster testing, faster results.
Okay, that makes sense for content. What about Notebook LM? That sounds a bit more abstract. How does that help a plumber or roofer?
Think of it like a super efficient virtual assistant that has perfect memory of your operational history and data. Notebook LM and similar AI systems help streamline campaign management and even internal communications by synthesizing huge amounts of data quickly.
So it helps manage the campaigns.
Yes, it helps manage them, but it also acts like a quality assurance system. It helps ensure we don't repeat past mistakes, and we're continuously optimizing ad placements based on that real-time qualification data coming in from the website and calls. It frees up the human team members to focus purely on high-level strategy, not repetitive tasks.
So the AI isn't the strategy itself, it's like the engine that makes the CPL strategy run faster and more affordably.
Exactly. And that speed, that efficiency, lets the business owner focus entirely on the results, the outcome. Which brings us back to clarity in reporting.
The WYSIYG promise again.
You got it. We stick strictly to that YSIYG standard. The tradesman doesn't get buried under dozens of charts showing metrics that don't matter.
So what do they see?
They only need to track the 3 core indicators that actually measure business growth and profitability. 1, lead call volume or people contacting us. 2, local map pack ranking visibility, are the right local people seeing us for urgent needs. And 3, the big one, the cost per qualified lead, CPL. That's it.
Just those 3. By focusing only on those, you're literally saving the business owner hours every month, right? Hours they'd otherwise spend wading through data that doesn't really help them make financial decisions.
Absolutely. The time saved just on analyzing reports is significant, and it aligns perfectly with the main goal: maximizing the tradesman's productivity, letting them focus on running the actual business.
And this whole package, efficiency, clarity, it's matched by transparency and pricing.
It has to be, which is all detailed in that YZYG upfront investment guide.
The master service rate card.
Precisely. The commitment is flat, upfront investment costs, no surprise fees tacked on later, no confusing hourly billing that balloons, no scope creep. It's all laid out clearly beforehand.
Predictable costs.
It aligns the client's financial commitment directly with a clear, predictable, results-focused reporting structure. Tradesmen need predictable overhead in their business. This aims to provide it in their marketing, too.
You know, what really stands out listening to all this is the complete shift in mindset it represents. We're moving away from that old way, just chasing general visibility, impressions, clicks, and moving towards this hyper-local, almost surgical precision, making sure every single dollar spent is optimized purely for attracting a qualified, high-margin job.
That really is the core takeaway. Chasing low-quality leads isn't just frustrating, it's incredibly expensive. It burns through the tradesman's most valuable resources, their limited time, and frankly, their physical energy and bandwidth.
Yeah.
By focusing intensely on CPL, on qualified leads, they create a predictable path to profitability. They know, with reasonable accuracy, if I spend X dollars, I get Y qualified leads, which turns into Z profitable jobs. That predictability is what allows them to invest confidently in growing their business, hiring more crew, buying another truck.
So, if you, listening right now, are maybe tired of those vanity metrics and ready to focus on true profitability, well, this deep dive shows that blueprint is definitely achievable. Now, as we wrap up, we always like to leave you with a thought, something to chew on that builds on what we've discussed.
Yeah, building on that idea of foundational stabilization and qualification, if tracking CPL accurately really requires that solid, conversion-optimized foundation, the website, the forms, to properly screen and filter leads before they cost you time.
Right.
What hidden traffic filters or maybe qualification steps could you implement almost immediately, right now, on your current communication channels? Maybe it's something in your Google Business Profile Q&A section, or a tweak to your automated phone menu, or even just the first intro message on your business text system.
How could you use those existing touch points to screen for those vetted prospects before they even reach your busy dispatcher or sales team?
Think about that immediate application. If you can just stop one or two budget shoppers before they eat up 5 minutes of your dispatcher's time today,
You've already won back some profit.
you've already implemented the first, maybe the most immediately profitable step of this entire strategy. It starts with those small filters.